When you think about menopause, your mind probably jumps to hot flushes, mood swings, or maybe even those nights of tossing and turning. But there's something that often slips under the radar, something that doesn't always show symptoms until it's too late: your heart. Yes, during menopause, your heart health becomes more vulnerable than ever, and the way you eat can either protect it or slowly put it at risk. What's fascinating, and maybe a bit shocking, is that it's not always about eating less or cutting calories. It's about changing specific things that you might not have even realized were harming you. What if I told you that the foods you've trusted for years could now be sabotaging your body? Stay with me, because what we're about to uncover may completely change how you see your plate. The truth is, when estrogen levels drop, your body loses one of its biggest allies for protecting the heart and blood vessels. Suddenly, cholesterol levels may creep up, blood pressure may fluctuate, and your arteries may not be as flexible as they once were. That doesn't mean you're doomed. It means your diet becomes a powerful tool to balance what your hormones can no longer do alone. The question is, which foods are quietly putting pressure on your heart, and which small swaps could make the difference between struggling and thriving? That's where these 3 dietary shifts come in, and they're far from the usual eat more vegetables advice. Think about the oils you use when you cook. Many of us have a bottle of vegetable oil sitting right next to the stove, maybe sunflower or corn oil. Because we've been told for years that these are heart healthy. But here's the twist. Once you hit menopause, your body processes fats differently. Those highly processed oils rich in omega-6 fatty acids can actually stoke inflammation, which is a silent enemy of your arteries. It's not about cutting out fats. It's about choosing the ones that calm your body instead of setting off little fires inside it. Imagine swapping that bottle for extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or even a knob of grass-fed butter. Suddenly, you're giving your body fats that nurture instead of stress it. And here's the kicker. You don't have to eat bland food to protect your heart. In fact, these swaps can make everything taste richer, deeper, and more satisfying. Now, let's talk about something most people don't realize is connected to heart health. Sugar. Not the kind you sprinkle in your coffee, but the hidden sugars in healthy foods that sneak up on you. Flavored yogurts, cereals that promise fiber, even those energy bars you might grab because they look nutritious. They can carry a sugar load that spikes your insulin and stresses your cardiovascular system. During menopause, your metabolism slows, and your blood sugar control isn't as forgiving as it once was. Those little spikes and crashes may not just mess with your energy. Over time, they can damage your arteries and raise your risk of silent heart problems. The fascinating part is you don't need to cut out sweetness from your life. You just need to outsmart it. Choosing plain yogurt with fresh fruit or dark chocolate instead of processed snacks gives you flavor without the sabotage. It's not deprivation, it's strategy. And then there's something that almost nobody mentions: how much salt you're actually eating without even realizing it. When people think of salt, they picture the shaker on the table. But the truth is, most of the salt that strains your heart doesn't come from there. It comes from bread, sauces, processed meats, and even foods that don't taste salty at all. After menopause, your blood pressure becomes more sensitive to sodium, which means the same slice of pizza that didn't bother you in your 30s could now trigger subtle changes in your cardiovascular system. But here's where it gets intriguing. It's not about eating bland, tasteless meals. You can retrain your palate with herbs, spices, lemon, garlic, flavors that not only replace salt but actually make food more exciting. It's like rediscovering the real taste of what you eat while your heart quietly thanks you. So when we look at these changes, fats, sugars, and salts, they don't sound revolutionary at first glance, but the impact they have on your menopausal body is massive. And here's something most people don't tell you. Making these swaps doesn't just protect your heart, it can also boost your energy, improve your mood, and even help with those hot flushes and night sweats. Because when your blood vessels are calmer and your blood sugar is stable, your entire system feels steadier. It's like giving your body the support it's been missing since hormones started shifting. But I want to pause for a second and ask you something directly. Have you noticed changes in how your body reacts to food since entering menopause? Maybe a meal that never bothered you now leaves you feeling sluggish, or your heartbeat feels more noticeable after certain snacks. Share your experience in the comments, because your story might be exactly what another woman needs to hear right now. Let's build that space where we all learn from each other, where no one feels alone in this, and trust me, we're not done yet. There's a side to these dietary shifts that goes beyond just your plate. It connects to how you live, how you move, and even how you think about yourself at this stage of life. And once you understand how these small adjustments ripple out into every part of your well-being, you'll never see your daily meals the same way again. Before continuing, I've included a recommended resource in the video comments, backed by growing results and positive reviews. Many women going through this stage are already seeing tangible benefits. If you're looking for something practical and reliable, this could be just what you need. And now I want to make this even more practical for you, because I know that theory is useless if you don't know how to actually apply it in your everyday meals. So imagine you open your fridge tomorrow morning, and instead of grabbing that usual flavored yogurt packed with hidden sugar, you go for plain Greek yogurt. Add a handful of walnuts and maybe a drizzle of honey. That simple switch gives you protein, good fats, and cuts down unnecessary sugar spikes that push your heart and hormones into chaos. Another easy hack: if you're used to buttering your toast, try mashing half an avocado with a pinch of sea salt and lemon juice. Not only does it taste rich and creamy, but it gives your body potassium and magnesium, two minerals that calm your blood pressure and help regulate your heartbeat. Now let's talk about hydration, because most women don't realize that dehydration during menopause is sneaky and directly linked to palpitations, hot flushes, and even that fuzzy brain feeling. But here's the catch: it's not only about drinking plain water. Adding a pinch of natural sea salt or squeezing lemon into your water balances electrolytes and prevents your heart from overworking. If you're always tired and craving caffeine, try swapping one of your coffees for green tea with ginger. It boosts circulation, helps digestion, and calms inflammation, which is often a hidden trigger for heart problems. There's also something important about snacking. Processed snacks with trans fats like biscuits or chips sneakily stiffen your arteries. What if instead you keep roasted chickpeas in your kitchen? Crunchy, full of fiber, and naturally satisfying, they stabilize your blood sugar and prevent those spikes that make your heart race. And here's a little trick not many mention: cinnamon. Adding just half a teaspoon to your morning oats or coffee helps regulate blood sugar and keeps your arteries happy. It's a small step, but over weeks and months it makes a huge difference. Another key point that's often ignored is timing your meals. If you're eating heavy dinners late at night, your heart and digestive system are working overtime when they should be resting. Try having your main meal at lunchtime and a lighter, earlier dinner. For example, a vegetable soup with lentils or grilled fish with steamed broccoli. This habit reduces night palpitations and improves your sleep, which in turn lowers heart strain. It's all connected. I also want you to think about the way you cook. Deep frying not only adds unnecessary fats, but also creates compounds that stress your heart. What if you switch to baking, grilling, or using an air fryer? It keeps flavors intact while cutting down toxic oils. And speaking of oils, extra virgin olive oil should become your daily ally. Drizzle it over salads, use it instead of margarine, even add a teaspoon to a smoothie. It fights inflammation and protects your arteries like nothing else. Now, I'm curious, have you ever noticed that certain foods instantly make your heart feel calmer or, on the contrary, leave you feeling jittery or restless? Share it in the comments, because your story could help another woman who is going through the exact same thing right now. Sometimes, what you think is just you is actually something many others are quietly struggling with. And your input could be the spark that makes someone feel less alone. Let's finish with something powerful but often overlooked: herbs and spices. Turmeric with a bit of black pepper, fresh parsley and garlic are more than just flavor enhancers. They reduce inflammation, cleanse your arteries, and even support hormone balance. Adding them daily doesn't require a massive lifestyle change, but over time, they literally protect your heart at a cellular level. Imagine your meals not just filling you up, but acting like daily medicine. That's the shift I want you to embrace. So the next time you're sitting at your table, ask yourself, is this plate helping my heart stay strong through menopause? Or is it silently pushing me toward problems I could actually avoid? You now have practical swaps, simple meal timing tricks, and spice secrets to put into action straight away. And if you've been nodding along thinking, this makes so much sense, why didn't anyone tell me this before? Then you're exactly where you should be. Before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because in the next video, we'll dive into something even more surprising that no one is talking about. The one everyday habit that feels harmless but might actually be sabotaging your heart health during menopause. You won't want to miss it.